Inside Building Products, a Siemens podcast that keeps you learning.
Have you ever walked into a building and wished it could just, know who you are, where you're allowed, and maybe effortlessly guide you where you need to go? No fumbling for cards, no awkward sign-ins, just seamless, intelligent access. It sounds a bit like science fiction, right? But the reality is this isn't really science fiction anymore. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the tech making this possible. It's a system called SiPass integrated from Siemens. And this isn't just about putting a lock on a door. It's more like creating an intelligent nervous system for a whole building, making it safer, smarter, and way more efficient for everyone inside.
That's a great way to put it. Our mission today is really to unpack this, quite sophisticated system. We want to break down how SiPass integrated transforms building security from, say, a simple barrier into something much more adaptive, more intelligent. And we want to focus, especially for those of you maybe not steeped in the technical jargon, on the big picture. What does this mean for you? Why should you care? And how does it actually impact your day-to-day?
Okay, and just so everyone knows, our insights today, they're coming straight from the source. We've got a comprehensive training video from the Siemens Buildings Product Academy. So we're getting a really direct, authoritative look at this technology. All right, let's really dig into this then. Before we get to all the cool tech bits, maybe stepping back for a second. For someone who isn't technical, why is this kind of sophisticated security so important nowadays? What are the actual risks if a business doesn't have something like this? Because honestly, it sounds like a big step up from just a key card, so it must be solving some pretty big headaches.
Oh, absolutely. It is solving major headaches. Think about an unprotected business. It's not just about someone stealing a stapler. It's an open door to potential chaos. Without robust security, you've got huge vulnerabilities. Think business disruptions, unauthorized access to critical areas, maybe even data centers getting compromised, and that directly leads to, unnecessary spending to fix the mess, right? Plus, it can seriously damage a company's reputation. That trust from customers, from shareholders, it erodes. And really, the most important thing, it puts people, actual employees and visitors, and valuable assets at real risk. It's foundational for a resilient business today.
Okay, so it's much more than just preventing theft.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, contrast that with the benefits. A system like SiPass integrated actively creates safer, more resilient environments. It's not just about stopping bad things. It actually helps promote, believe it or not, more sustainable business practices by cutting down on waste and risk. It boosts operational efficiency because people and processes flow smoothly, securely, and crucially, it maintains that vital trust we talked about. So for the non-technical person, the takeaway is SiPass isn't just a guard. It's an intelligent system that flips security into a strategic advantage. It actually contributes to the bottom line, the overall health of the company. It moves security from being just reactive, like a bouncer, to being proactive and, intelligent.
That makes a lot of sense, framing it as a strategic advantage. So, okay, for someone who just wants to understand, how they feel safer at work, how does SiPass integrated actually do all this? What is it fundamentally?
Right. At its core, SiPass integrated is like your building's ultimate gatekeeper, but a really smart and flexible one. It's a highly secure access control system. Its main job to manage perfectly who gets to go where, employee, customer, visitor, without making it a hassle. Convenience is key, too. It's part of Siemens' bigger picture, their digital buildings cluster, specifically focused on security applications. So in simple terms, it's all about ensuring the right person is in the right place, and crucially, only at the right time.
Okay, ultimate gatekeeper. I like that.
Okay.
But for those of us who don't really think in network diagrams, how does it physically connect everything? What's happening behind the scenes in the walls to make the doors open and the system know things?
Great question. Let's simplify that architecture. So you see the card readers, the door locks, that's a hardware you interact with, right?
Yeah.
But they're not just standalone things. They connect to devices we call controllers.
Controllers, okay.
Yeah, think of them like mini computers. Each one manages specific doors, maybe a whole floor's worth. And they're smart. They often store a part of the SiPass database locally. So even if the main network connection hiccups for a second, the controller at the door still knows who's allowed in. You can still get to your desk.
Ah. Okay, so it has some local memory, some intelligence right there at the door level.
Exactly. Then these controllers connect to other building systems, maybe video cameras, maybe the main building management system that handles lights and air conditioning, and of course to the security team's computers. All this communication happens securely over a network. Could be a local LAN in one building or a WAN connecting multiple sites. And ultimately, all that information, all that control funnels up to the main SiPass integrated server.
The central brain.
Precisely. That server is the conductor of the whole orchestra. It makes sure all the different parts, doors, readers, cameras, other systems work together perfectly and securely. It makes the building operate as one intelligent unit.
Got it. So this is where it gets really interesting for me. Siemens highlights several key advantages, their USPs, unique selling propositions. Let's break those down. What do they mean in practical terms for, us regular users or maybe a facilities manager?
Absolutely. Let's translate these USPs into real benefits. First up is flexibility and scalability. What this means for you is that the system can grow right alongside your organization. You might start small, just one office, but maybe you expand, become a huge campus, or even manage facilities globally, like an airport. SiPass can handle it. It supports a massive number of cardholders and doors. But the real insight here is the customization. You can give one person multiple different access levels for different times or areas. You can set up specific work groups for teams. You can even manage things like booking shared meeting rooms or labs through the system.
Okay.
Yeah, and it can automate tasks too, like running reports automatically or triggering specific actions if a certain event happens. It's designed to adapt to your needs as they change, not force you into a box.
That adaptability sounds crucial. What's next?
Next is stability. And this is huge. This isn't some brand new, maybe it works tech. SiPass Integrated has been out there working reliably for over 15 years. We're talking more than 6,000 customers in all sorts of demanding places, airports, universities, big multinational companies.
So it's proven, battle-tested, you might say.
Exactly. That track record means reliability you can count on. It can handle roughly 5,000 card readers per server, manage tens of thousands of user profiles, like 65,000. It means your investment is protected because the system can scale up without needing a complete overhaul. You're choosing something solid, dependable, day in, day out.
Okay, robust and proven, check. But what about using it? Is it a nightmare for the security staff who have to manage it every day?
Good point. That brings us to ease of operation and maintenance. And the answer is no. It's designed not to be a headache. You don't need like a PhD in computer science to run it. It has this intuitive web client, basically. You access it through a web browser. The design is user-friendly, simple menus, a dashboard you can customize to see what's important to you.
So more like using a modern app than some clunky old software.
Pretty much. The goal is for security staff to manage it easily without needing weeks of specialized training. And the professional maintenance side is designed to be hassle-free too. For the people running the building, this means lower training costs and just less friction day to day.
Okay, that's a big plus. What about connecting it to other things? Buildings have so many systems now.
Right. That leads perfectly into what we can call ecosystem synergy. This covers both integration and interoperability. It's all about how well SiPass plays with others in the digital building. First off, it often works with existing cards and readers you might already have, so no need to immediately rip everything out, which saves money and disruption. And it uses APIs, application programming interfaces. Think of these as universal translators. They let SiPass talk smoothly with lots of different third-party software.
Like HR systems, maybe?
Exactly. That's a prime example. It can connect with HR systems like Quantum Secure or SAP, meaning you don't have to enter new employee data in two separate places. It saves a huge amount of time and potential errors. It also supports mobile access. So your smartphone or even a smartwatch can become your key using NFC. That's the tap-and-go tech like contactless payments or Bluetooth Smart for potentially hands-free access.
So I just walk up to a door and it might unlock?
Potentially, yes, depending on the setup. It also handles offline doors, think battery-powered locks like those from Salto, often used on interior doors. SiPass ensures you only need one credential, whether it's a card or your phone, for all doors, online or offline. And crucially, all this communication is highly secure. It uses strong encryption like OSDP between reader and controller, and AES encryption, think military grade, for protecting the data itself. Plus, newer IP-based controllers make installation easier and more flexible.
So it doesn't just integrate, it interoperates. It becomes part of a larger intelligent system.
Precisely. It connects seamlessly with video surveillance, maybe trigger a camera when a specific door is opened. With intrusion detection, fire alarms, building automation controlling lights and HVAC, and even your core IT networks. It's about making all these systems work together, sharing information intelligently to give you better security, better efficiency, and more awareness of what's happening.
That really paints a picture of a truly connected building. But with all that connection comes the worry about cyber attacks. How secure is the system itself?
Absolutely critical question today, and that's the next pillar, IT security. SiPass Integrated was built with cybersecurity in mind from the start. It uses modern web technologies like HTML5 and RESTful servers. These are standard, secure technologies used across the web, meaning it's built on a foundation designed to resist current cyber threats. And as I mentioned, the data transmission itself between the card, the reader, the controller, the server, it's all protected by multiple layers of strong encryption. We're talking 128-bit AES as a baseline, and even up to 256-bit AES in some communication paths. So the focus isn't just stopping someone from physically breaking in, it's equally about protecting the system's data and integrity from digital attacks. It aims to make your physical security network as robust as your IT network.
That's incredibly thorough. Okay, we've covered the big strengths, so let's bring it down to the ground level. What does this look like day to day? Can you give us a taste of some specific features that make a real difference, especially for someone non-technical just experiencing the building?
Definitely. Let's look at some practical features. First, there's something called workgroup anti-passback. Imagine the problem of someone tailgating or maybe passing their card back to a friend. Anti-passback stops this. It enforces a strict entry then exit sequence for specific areas or the whole site.
So you can't badge in twice without badging out first.
Exactly. It ensures the system knows accurately who is actually inside a secured zone. Great for security and even for emergency mustering. Then there's cardholder data management. This sounds basic, but it's done really well. Easy entry of all the info name, photo, department access rights, and crucially, you can assign multiple credentials like a physical card and a mobile credential on their phone to just one person in the system. Simplifies everything.
Okay.
How about door interlocking? This is neat for high security areas. You can link, say, two doors together. When the first door is open, the second one cannot be opened until the first one is closed and locked again.
Like an airlock.
Precisely. Like an airlock or a man-trap. Perfect for labs, cash rooms, data centers, anywhere you need that extra step of controlled entry. We also talked about integrations, but time and attendance hour counting is a specific output. The system can export data showing exactly when people badge in and out at designated readers. HR can then use this data directly for tracking work hours, payroll, attendance. It automates a usually tedious process and gives insights into building usage patterns, too.
Useful. What about moving between floors?
Yep, elevator management is fully integrated. Each floor can be treated like a separate entry point requiring authorization. So you might need your card to even call the elevator or certainly to select a floor. You can restrict access to certain floors based on time of day, require a PIN code for extra sensitive floors, maybe even tie it into image verification from a camera. It turns the elevator itself into a controlled access point.
Makes sense.
And those integration APIs we mentioned, they're the powerhouse behind connecting to other systems. We talked about HR, but it also allows smooth connection to Siemens' own management platforms, like their surveillance control system. The key benefit, again, is eliminating double data entry. Enter information once, and it populates across the relevant connected systems. Huge time saver, reduces errors.
Great efficiency again.
And finally, something almost every building needs, visitor management. SiPass streamlines this whole process. Registering visitors uses the same easy interface as managing employees. You can capture their photo, record details, print a temporary access card with specific permissions, and easily locate where visitors are supposed to be or where they last badged in, which is vital in emergencies. It makes welcoming visitors both secure and efficient.
Okay, that covers a lot of ground.
It does. So just to wrap up the core message for you. SiPass Integrated really emerges as this highly secure yet incredibly flexible access control system. Its whole design philosophy is about simplifying how you manage access for everyone, employees, visitors, contractors, without ever compromising security or convenience. It delivers on those key pillars, that robust flexibility and scalability, the proven stability, seamless integration and interoperability, genuine ease of use, and top-tier IT security. And all those features we discussed, from anti-passback to visitor management, they're all all tools designed to make buildings fundamentally safer, smarter, and just run more efficiently.
That's a great summary. It's clear SiPass integrated is much more than just, a fancy lock. It really is like that central nervous system we talked about, enabling buildings to react intelligently. It helps create an environment that feels both secure and somehow intuitive. So think about all this. What does it mean for you, our listener? Maybe consider this. We live in a world where practically every device is getting smart, getting connected. How might access control systems like SiPass integrated evolve even further? Could they go beyond just security to fundamentally change how we interact with our buildings day to day? Creating spaces that are truly responsive, that anticipate our needs. It really makes you think, doesn't it? How our physical spaces are becoming as intelligent, as adaptive as our digital ones. Almost like the building itself is waking up, something to ponder.